So most of you know now that Joe Biden or somebody, I don't believe Joe did it, picked Kamala Harris as his running mate. So now Kamala is running for president, representing the Democratic Party. Joe Biden is just there in order to hope to get some white Democratic votes, or white people, period. But Joe Biden is no longer running for president. Kamala Harris is running. All right? So it's a pretense that Joe will run the country. Well, they're not going to win, but if they were going to win. And Joe doesn't even know his name. You can see he's like he's walking in the dark light and he's trying to figure his way. Joe Biden is not running for president representing the Democratic Party. It's Kamala Harris. And the liberal, godless Democrats, the liberal media, the never Trumpers, they don't want you to question Kamala Harris. And they're using this excuse that she is a woman, she's black, she's whatever, right? Because they don't want you to know how evil and nasty and liberal and dirty this woman is. This is a wicked, wicked woman. You can do what you want, but I'm warning you that you do not want Kamala Harris as president of this country. You don't want her, period, in government, but definitely not president. And right now, the black women, and I don't know if a lot of you remember the list of women that supposedly Joe Biden had to choose from. It was an evil, rough list. It was a list that it made you want to tremble because those women are straight out of hell. That little short-haired one from California, what's her name? I debated her once on a panel. I was on a panel with Karen Bass. She's on that list, and she is a Fidel Castro worshiper. And that list of women will, if God forbid, the Democrats should win, will be working in the White House in one way or another. They will be working in the White House in one capacity or another. And I'm warning you, Cortez and all those other evil women that are already there in Congress and all that, they're going to destroy America and destroy men. And so these black women are taking over the Democratic Party. And you think the terrorist attack that's happening to America right now is bad? It's going to get worse. And I'm warning you, you don't want these people to take over. Because just think about this. These black women can't even raise their own children. Look how their children are gang members and thugs and out of wedlock births and stealing and robbing and killing and hate white people and destroy businesses. These are these type of women children. And if they can't raise their children, how will they be able to run a country? Smoke on it, folks. They are now, and the blacks have been pushing the Democratic Party for a long time. You're not doing anything for the black people. You're not doing anything. So now they're letting the black women take over the Democratic Party. And just think, everything that these women touch, it turns to dust. The schools, the families, the schools, the churches, the government. Just think about it, folks. Kamala Harris is a liberal, far-left, evil woman. There's no truth in her. She's going to tear down the border wall. She's going to give free so-called medical coverage to illegal aliens. Everything that's wrong, that's what she will be pushing. And she will be against everything that's right. This is a dangerous woman, dangerous female. You don't want her in government. You don't really want her in the country, but you can tolerate it. But you don't want her in government. I'm just saying, you've been warned. If ever there was a time to go and vote for President Trump, now is the time. We got to have 4 more years. Otherwise, goodbye, America. Hello, South Africa. Because these women cannot do, it's not in them, they're evil. Karen Bass is an evil little short-haired woman, short-haired, nappy-headed woman. That's why her hair is so tight and nappy. She's evil. I've debated this woman. I've been on a panel with her. She is wicked. And that other list of women on there, all evil. That woman out of Georgia, that black one, that fat one that ran for governor, and she lost. She has not accepted that she lost. She's worse than cricket lion Hillary. I'm warning you, if you think these women can run your country, you vote for them. But if you look at them and look at their children, look at the communities that they're coming from, look at the communities that they're already over or running and in control of, all evil, nothing good in them. America is a great country, but America will be over. Just because they're black women, that doesn't mean you got to vote for them. And white people, you need to let the guilt go or whatever, your fear. Because if you vote this woman in, they're coming after you. They're going to take your land. You can bank on it. And you won't be able to do anything about it. And there's nowhere to run. Because if this woman take over the president of the United States, and Joe Biden is not running for president. Joe Biden is just a showpiece. He's a weak old man. And there's no way he would be able to stand up to this radical woman. This woman called Joe Biden evil, racist, and accused and said that she believed the women that accused him of molestation or something, sexual harassment. She said she believed it. And yet Joe Biden chose her to run with him? It's not Joe Biden's choice. Somebody else making those decisions. You can bank on it. You can bank on it. You'll be rich. So you have a decision to make. And these Democrats are doing all they can to steal this election. However they can get it, by any means necessary. If it means starving you out. If it means keeping you locked away in your home with a mask on. I see people walking down the road here in California with masks on, and it's hot as hell in California. Nobody, and a lot of times they're the only one on the sidewalk, 1 or 2 people, and they have a mask on, walking down the road. And in their cars, and many of them are riding by themselves, and they have masks on. It's mind-blowing to see it. I knew California, I knew the people of this country was afraid and weak, been demoralized, so you have to be weak and when you're demoralized. But I had no idea it was this bad until now. You got weak, wimpy people running the government telling you what you got to do, and you do it. They're not doing it, but they make sure you do it. The mayor of New York, there was de Blasio. You know how he was out there helping those black people write Black Lives Matter on the streets, put that graffiti on the streets. Well, there's another guy in New York who went out and put a line, Blue Lives Matter. He just put a nice little beautiful line. And now they're saying he got to take it down. He got to clean it up because he didn't have a permit to do it. And likewise, the mayor didn't have a permit to let those black people do it. But the mayor didn't need one, he said. He doesn't need one. He's the mayor. He can break the law, but you can't. And all this stuff is happening because men are weak. They had to destroy you first in order to bring in the women. And they bring the women in, they're going to bring in homosexuality, so-called same-sex marriage. Everything will be destroyed. I'm not making it up. The proof is in the pudding. Look at this terrorist attack upon America. These people who are doing it came from failing parents. Amazing. It's a spiritual battle. It's a warfare between good and evil. And men, even in their weak nature, represent good. They represent God, even though they are in a fallen state. That's why you try to bring them back. And when you destroy the men, the rest is easy. Satan will just usher the women in and use them for total destruction. And that's what's happening in our country today. And whenever you want to destroy, you just render black. They are more happy to do it. They are so happy to accommodate you in destruction. But it's like pulling a teeth with a pair of plows without medication, anesthesia, to get them to do good. You hear T and all these men calling my show. The last thing they want is for good to happen. T from Alabama is ticked because we're doing good. He doesn't like that. Satan is having a fit inside of him. And Earl, grown men, because they no longer had good fathers to guide them. They are children of the lie. So I'm warning you, you don't want this radical far left Kamala Harris in there. She as phony as it could be and wicked. The New York Times has reported that unborn child lives matter mural in New York was removed. So someone put up a mirror that says unborn child lives matter. And according to the New York Times, they removed it. And some people who made it have been arrested. And they were saying, oh, they didn't have a permit. So Black Lives Matter didn't have a permit to put down that graffiti on the streets, right? They get away with it. But you put up a sign that says, unborn child life matters, lives matter, or blue lives matter, you're going to jail, and the sign is coming down. That's what's going to happen all over the country if this woman should get in. God forbid. I don't believe she will. I hope Americans not that dumb and intimidated that they would vote in this woman. It's like you're asking for your own death sentence. The Walking Dead. It's not about racism or sexism or anti-Semitism and white supremacism, Allah Uba Abbaism or Debbie Dadism. It's about good versus evil. And these women are bringing in evil. And the men are too weak to stop it right now. Joe Biden can't stop it. He doesn't have it in him. He does not have it in him to do that. Taxes will go through the roof. Every wicked thing you can think of will come to the forefront if the Democrats take over. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.